Here we go. Now this is a relatively simple one and they'll get progressively more complex. Also, practice, practice, practice makes perfect. Let's walk through an example here. We've got the purchase of a piece of equipment. What is going to be our tax basis? Well, I'm glad you asked because we're going to go through it together. We are going to include a couple different costs, and an example could have some costs that will be included, some costs that won't be included. For simplicity purposes, just to show you some numbers, yes, we've only got 3, and all of these 3 costs will be included. Purchase price, well, you obviously have to purchase the equipment to have it, to own it. You have to ship it to yourself. That also is necessary to get it ready for its intended use. And then you have to have it installed. Sounds good. So we are going to include all 3 of these costs as its depreciable base, as its tax basis. And then for the purposes of simplicity, I know we wouldn't use straight line depreciation for tax purposes, but this is the amount. You would then say, let's say it's a 10-year asset, you divide by 10, and that would be your depreciation expense per year. Again, I know we use makers, but I am not dealing with makers in a simple example like this. We have a whole lesson on that as well. Now, in this example, your tax basis for the equipment is $24,500. It's essential for tax purposes, like we talked about, helps you calculate depreciation and then gain or loss when you sell, exchange, or dispose the asset. That's also an important point. Selling the asset before it's fully depreciated, that has specific tax implications. Exchanging the asset, right? We're thinking like-kind exchanges. That is something important on the exam as well. Disposal of it, we have tax implications there as well. Maybe an involuntary conversion. So lots of different instances throughout the exam in which this concept will be mission critical. Another example here. Susan Smith, she purchased a condominium with a cash payment of $60,000 and a $120,000 mortgage. In addition, Smith paid $300 for a title insurance policy. The basis for the condominium is $180,300. Now, how do we get that? The basis of the property is its cost. In this case, the basis is going to consist of the following components. Well, we have a cash payment. Now, regardless of whether this is recourse or non-recourse, which we talk about in many different lessons throughout, just a reminder, and make sure you have this memorized. Recourse debt means that someone can come after your personal assets if the business that purchased the initial asset goes under. Non-recourse, someone cannot come after your personal assets. I'm not going to go over that because we went over that in our previous lesson, as well as we will continue to go over in many other lessons. So the mortgage amount will be included as well because this is a cost that you need to get this ready for its intended use. Now, I know it's not an amount that you're initially paying up front, but this would also be included. And then the title insurance policy as well. I mean, presumably you have to pay that. And that's why I'm saying, now you personally might be like, oh, I don't need to pay that. That's fine. But we're going to see in certain examples what the IRS deems as necessary costs. And it just takes practice for sure. Now, adding these components, Susan's basis in the condominium is going to be $180,300. This is going to be used, again, beating us to death. Why do we need this? Selling the condo, exchanging the condo, disposing of it. Hopefully it's a nice condo, so you're not going to want to dispose of it. But understanding the implication for gains and losses and everything in between. Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.Examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.